Have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered, what if those tiny dots of light weren't just stars, but future cities? Cities floating in orbit, powered by solar energy, buzzing with life, trade, and innovation. It sounds like science fiction, but it's quickly becoming science fact. Welcome to the dawn of the $1 trillion space city economy, a future where humans don't just visit space, they live, work, and build entire civilizations there. The cosmic gold rush has begun. The global space industry is no longer about rockets and satellites. It's becoming a full-blown ecosystem. Analysts predict it will soon surpass $1 trillion in value, fueled by investments in orbital infrastructure, lunar mining, and space-based communications. The real story isn't just about launching rockets, it's about creating sustainable cities and industries in orbit. Think of it as humanity's second industrial revolution, but this time, it's happening beyond Earth's atmosphere. In the coming decades, space will host everything from research stations and data centers to habitats designed for long-term living. Why space cities are no longer fiction? Until recently, the idea of space cities belonged to science fiction novels and billionaires' dreams, but rapid technological advances are making them a realistic prospect. Reusable rockets have slashed launch costs by more than 80%. Private companies are sending payloads to orbit at a fraction of what it cost 2 decades ago. Meanwhile, modular construction in microgravity is allowing engineers to build massive structures without the constraints of gravity. Combine that with breakthroughs in AI-driven design, 3D printing, and solar energy, and suddenly building habitats in orbit doesn't sound impossible. It sounds inevitable. The most ambitious projects are no longer limited to research labs. They're being developed by collaborations between aerospace giants, startups, and government programs, all working toward one goal: to make human life sustainable beyond Earth. The blueprint of a space city. So what will a space city actually look like? Imagine a rotating ring structure several kilometers wide, orbiting 400 kilometers above Earth. Artificial gravity is created through rotation. Inside, lush green parks, water systems, and smart modules provide everything needed for human survival: oxygen, food, and recreation. Every element is powered by solar energy collected directly from space, where sunlight is 8 times more efficient than on Earth. Waste is recycled through closed-loop systems, and 3D printers manufacture replacement parts from asteroid mined materials. The city's infrastructure is managed by AI systems that monitor life support, energy balance, and atmospheric stability in real time. Residents, scientists, engineers, tourists, and entrepreneurs move between Earth and orbit using low-cost, reusable shuttles. The trillion-dollar space economy, but where does the trillion-dollar valuation come from? The answer lies in the growing web of industries fueling this cosmic expansion. First, there's satellite technology, which remains the backbone of the space economy. High-speed internet, weather monitoring, defense systems, and navigation all depend on a growing network of orbiting satellites. Then there's space-based manufacturing, a new field that uses microgravity to produce materials impossible to make on Earth. This includes ultra-pure fiber optics, advanced pharmaceuticals, and next-generation alloys. These materials could transform industries back home, while generating immense profits for those who control their production in orbit. Lunar mining is another key pillar. The moon is rich in helium-3, rare earth metals, and water ice, all vital for fueling future missions and sustaining life. Extracting and processing these resources will create a new supply chain worth billions. And finally, space tourism, a sector that's already attracting wealthy travelers. As technology advances, costs will drop, opening the doors for regular people to experience life beyond Earth's atmosphere. Imagine weekend trips to orbiting hotels or month-long stays in lunar resorts. Mega projects beyond Earth. Across the globe, teams are already laying the groundwork for these space cities. Engineers are testing modular habitats capable of expanding like building blocks once in orbit. These modules can dock together, forming large, rotating settlements. There are plans for orbital business parks, platforms where companies can conduct zero-gravity research or assemble massive spacecraft without Earth's gravitational limits. One vision includes solar power stations in space that beam clean energy back to Earth via microwaves, a concept once dismissed as fantasy, now under serious development. Another involves lunar construction sites, where robots and 3D printers will use local lunar dust, known as regolith, to build habitats layer by layer. These will serve as stepping stones for further colonization on Mars and beyond. These are not isolated dreams, they are interconnected milestones in the rise of a permanent human presence in space. AI and automation, the new space workforce. Running a space city requires more than humans. It requires intelligence, intelligence, precision, and automation on a scale never seen before. AI will be the core operating system of orbital life. From regulating oxygen and temperature to coordinating traffic between Earth and orbit, autonomous systems will handle the majority of daily operations. Robotic arms will construct and maintain city modules. Drones will perform inspections. AI-powered systems will predict equipment failure before it happens. The economics of expansion. Why are governments and private companies pouring billions into this vision? Because space offers something Earth never could: limitless expansion. Traditional industries on Earth face resource scarcity, population pressure, and environmental constraints. Space cities promise an alternative: clean energy, infinite real estate, and access to raw materials that can fuel growth for centuries. Companies are already competing to dominate orbital logistics, asteroid mining, and satellite data services. Those who invest early will control the infrastructure of the future: communication networks, energy grids, and even interplanetary trade routes. Sustainability in space. A critical focus of this new era is sustainability. Building cities beyond Earth means we can't afford waste or pollution. Everything must be renewable, efficient, and self-contained. AI-driven recycling systems will ensure zero waste. Solar farms will provide endless clean power. Water extracted from lunar ice or recycled on board will support life for generations. In time, lessons learned from these closed-loop ecosystems could reshape how we live on Earth, pushing humanity toward more sustainable practices at home. Challenges and risks. Of course, this vision isn't without immense challenges. Space construction faces extreme temperatures, radiation, and micrometeorite impacts. Transporting materials remains costly, though declining launch prices are changing that. Legal and ethical questions also loom large. Who owns resources in space? How do we prevent militarization or corporate monopolies beyond Earth? Yet, despite the risks, innovation continues at an unprecedented pace. The potential rewards, economic, technological, and human, are too great to ignore. The human factor. Beyond the numbers and technology lies a deeper question: why build space cities at all? For many, it's about survival. Earth's resources are finite, and humanity's population continues to grow. Expanding into space could secure the long-term future of our species. For others, it's about discovery. The same drive that pushed explorers across oceans now fuels our journey to the stars. Space cities represent humanity's next great adventure, one that will redefine what it means to be human at the future, from Earthlings to interplanetary citizens. By mid-century, we could see permanent orbital habitats with thousands of residents, lunar bases exporting raw materials, and asteroid mining stations feeding an entire off-world economy. The space economy won't just be about rockets. It'll be about real estate, energy, communications, and culture. Entire societies will emerge, shaped by new laws, currencies, and identities. When that happens, humanity will no longer be defined by one planet. We'll become an interplanetary species, a civilization that spans worlds. The future of space cities isn't just a dream. It's a trillion-dollar opportunity already unfolding above our heads. The decisions we make today will determine who builds, owns, and thrives in this new world. So as you look up at the stars tonight, remember, those distant points of light may one day be our new homes, our new economies, our new beginnings. If this vision of a trillion-dollar space future fascinates you, make sure to subscribe, like, and share this video. Share this